What's up, everybody? How we doing?
Hey,
Frank
Hey
and
Noah.
Jenks, thanks for joining, guys. Appreciate
oh,
you.
yeah, anytime, anytime.
Think we're just waiting for the coach to get here in a couple minutes. Some dudes will be trickling in, and we'll get going.
Been making excellent progress with this.
Yeah, you feel good, Frank?
Yep.
You've been killing it, dude. Do you think working out that way is a little bit more fun to you than walking around?
Well, I still want to get the walks in,
Well,
but
of course, yeah. But I
it's a
just mean like
new
it,
it's a new aspect.
yeah, it's more variety in that workout.
It's a new aspect, and I'm looking forward to getting warm weather.
Love that. How cold is it over in are you in Chicago
Oh,
or
it
New
was
York?
miserable today.
Yeah?
It was miserable today.
New York is painful.
Oof. It's 78 degrees in LA right now.
Ugh.
Funny Noah. It's like
Yeah,
32 down here.
Where are you, Andres?
I'm in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh? All right.
Yeah.
That's probably cold as hell.
it was like 25 today.
Ugh. You still got your walk done though.
Yes, I did.
And not just a walk. What are you doing? 20,000 steps?
Yep.
Unreal.
Love it, dude. And for everybody that doesn't know Frank, he is one of our newest members of the Pump Club. Matthew Jenks, his one of his best friends, is here too. So they just are going to get kind of a view of what our Zooms are like, and just kind of show them the ropes. They're new, so be welcoming and nice. I'm sure you guys all will. Frank,
Yeah,
I expect you to be very nice to everyone.
Sure. But
Good to
yeah,
see you, Frank.
getting used to it. Well, so far it's been kind of a limited gym. Yes, we haven't been able to get to a massive like place like Planet Fitness,
Hmm.
but we're doing the best we can. And there's some exercises I know I can do better than others. Some I'm clearly not ready for, and some that I've gotten a really good hang of.
Have you
What do
been
you?
surprised, Frank, by how able you've been able to do essentially every exercise? You might be better at some than others, but for example, when you're laying flat on your stomach and you're doing the leg curls, did you ever think you'd be doing stuff like that?
No.
That's so cool, man.
The ones that are hardest for me are like the crunches and the like the body resistance stuff, like the planking.
Oh, I hate planking. Hate planking. It is very hard. Anything core is really hard. It looks like Daniel just joined.
Yeah, the problem is my core has got a lot of excess skin that hasn't got any.
Frank,
Hey,
Frank, it's good to see you again.
how's it going?
Everybody, we wanted you to meet Frank today. You probably saw the video where Arnold trained with him. And a lot of you probably know his story. Frank's lost, what, 200 pounds walking
Yeah.
and has walked 20,000 steps for more than 2 years now.
Well, it's been 20,000 last year.
It's unbelievable. So he's been doing his workouts for the first time because Arnold made a deal with him that he had to train. So we wanted him to meet all of you because, frankly, sorry for saying frankly, he's inspirational. So thank you for being here, Frank. If you want to tell anyone anything about how you've stuck to it for so long, the
Yeah,
floor is yours.
I just know I got to do it. I got to stay consistent. I know one day off leads to 2 days off, and then all of a sudden you're off track. I mean, there's days where it's tough. It's very tough. It was like 25 degrees and windy today. So, I mean, you're walking and it's not fun. It hurts.
I think the
When
lifting's almost easier for you, Frank, because you're used to doing these long treks through the freezing cold or the blistering heat, and the gym's very comfortable.
You know. I used to be able to not handle the heat. Now I can't handle the cold.
Well, you've lost all that weight now.
He
You
said he
lost
lost insulation. He lost
your
the insulation.
natural insulation is gone, Frank.
I mean, I honestly can't wait for warm weather. And you got to go out there. You got to layer up. You got to wear me a hoodie. I'm wearing a heavy coat. I got gloves on. I got a hat on. I got a hood on, and it's the cold still gets to you. And then when I'm walking in like warm weather, and someone texts me, I can like answer right away. But without with my gloves on, I hear ding ding ding, and all of a sudden I can't do anything because the gloves I can't handle the phone with the gloves on.
Yeah. So Arnold wanted to know how your workouts are going.
They're going well. We bumped this week to Friday to Saturday for convenience purposes, but we're doing it 3 days a week. I've only missed once because of a 100-degree fever,
Hmm.
and
That's fair.
I'm getting the hang of it. There's some things I'm better at than others, and like the core stuff, like the crunches, I'm not very good at. Yes, I have a lot of this excess baggage in my stomach here that it probably is a lot of skin getting in the way, and the straight up planking has been hard, but the slanted planking we've been able to figure that out. And getting the form down, I'm getting used to like the form and different things I have to do.
And to give Frank some credit, for context, we walked from the office, which is near Penn Station, to the Upper East Side, which is 3 miles. And after the 3 mile walk, he does the full workout. He's doing really well with focusing on form, not weight. I think the upper body stuff is supernatural. And what you're also really good at, Frank, flexibility wise, are the squats. So just being a couple weeks in, Catch, I'm feeling very optimistic. I always like to think in 6 week increments. I'm not sure how the Pump Club app thinks of it, but I'm excited when we hit the 6 week mark to kind of take a second and reflect.
Yeah. I think what all the people on this call like to do, or we like them to do, is see, because they're all here to hear from Nick about their form. And when we make them look back at a month or 2 months ago, what their squat looked like, what their deadlift looked like, they realize they become a completely different person in 2 months, right, Nick?
Yeah. I mean, it's crawl, walk, run, and especially when you're in the trenches early in the beginning, it's literally one foot in front of the other. And what I mean by that is one day at a time. And by the time you're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months into this, it starts to feel more like a reflex than it does. It's going to take reps. It's going to take um, just what I explain to people is when you're learning these movements all the way from walking form, because Frank, when you lose weight, what happens is your leverages change entirely. So movement itself is going to feel different. Um, Especially for someone like you that is coming down from a significant amount of weight loss, like things with high impact aren't necessarily ideal for you yet, like running. Like you don't want to make someone that is heavy run. You want continuous duration with low impact, because we don't want to stress that we don't want to lose all that weight and then have banged up joints.
Yeah.
You were talking about your core, right? The core, even when you're strong, is the weak link. Um, because just of leverage. It is the load bearer. It's what supports the back. It is always under leveraged because of our arms hold the weight. We drive with our legs. It's just the nature of the beast. And core work is never ending work. Um, but it's you're gonna get another 6 months into this of steady following a program and having a plan no matter what the program is, regardless, this early on is a game changer. Like being new, the cool part about being new to this is I could throw shit on a wall and you're gonna get results because you're gonna respond to it. That's the beauty of having a new client. With you, the trick is with all the weight loss is keeping your body healthy,
Yep.
joints, trains, and easing into the hot tub, so to say.
And
Yeah.
and Frank, Arnold wanted to let you know as you go, all of the coaches, just like for everyone in the app, all the coaches are here for you. Nick is literally America's strongest man. So he knows what he's talking about and he can help you anytime you have questions. We're all here for you. So
Thanks. Yeah, it's been very helpful.
yeah, thank you for inspiring all of us.
As well as just the strength side of things, I specialize in adaptive athletes, whether it comes from arthritis, cerebral palsy, neuromuscular diseases. That's kind of my strong suit within this world, all the way down to people missing limbs. And weight loss is no different. It's a form of adaptive training because you have to, like I said, you got to be mindful of those joints.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
And I think what we're going to do going forward, and again, I'm Frank's buddy Jenks. I'm with him in the gym every day, and
nice.
Arnold and his team, all of you guys have been such a blessing, the whole community on the app. Like for Frank, I think having a group behind him makes all the difference. We saw it with the walks, now we're seeing it with this. In the next Zoom, I'll make sure we put in footage so that you guys can see the form, we can talk about it, all that good stuff. But tonight, Frank's got a bunch of stuff, so I just wanted to make sure he introduced himself to everybody.
Yeah.
Even if you can't make the Zooms, you can submit the form checks and they get recorded to the YouTube, so you can watch them at your leisure.
And we're always posting on, Frank's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff too. So you can always check out his journey. We're scrappy, but you can tell we're focusing on form and taking it slowly, like you said.
Nice.
We love it.
Yeah, thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome.
I know you're busy, so I just wanted to have you guys introed to the
Yeah, we're
squad.
doing. We made some good progress the first few weeks, and I look forward to the next step.
Thank you for being here, Frank.
Yeah, thank you, Frank.
All right,
Thank you,
sure,
guys.
anytime.
All right,
Take it
Nick,
easy,
you can
guys.
start. Thanks, Jenks. Nick, you can start your form checks. Everybody, I'm going to go deal with my children.
All right, see you guys later.
Nick,
All right, Noah, are you doing those form checks? You firing them up or
yeah, I can do it, dude. One sec.
okay? I was self-sufficient the other night doing it by myself. So can't even say old dog because I wear that I'm only 32, but I'm far behind. I've managed to go through COVID and all of that nonsense and not ever host a Zoom meeting one single time. So I've been learning a new skill right along with you guys.
Can you see? Everybody can see?
Yep.
Cool.
This is good. Minimal flexion in the lumbar. That's not a weight issue. That is 100% just a mobility issue. Um, getting a little bit. Your shoulders are a little bit past that bar. So what we might need to do is kind of bring you back so your shoulders kind of come a little bit more over the bar. The angle that we're on right now might be making that look a little bit more exaggerated. And it is, so I'll say this, just be conscious your shoulder and bar line is correct. And recording it and remembering how it felt is a good way to do that. But your pulls look really good. Um, I want you to keep in mind, I want you to input acceleration. Advance, I want the hips to accelerate to the bar because the result of that is the bar accelerating up off the ground. So
Now,
good job. I like
Nick,
these.
do you hear me, Nick?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So my questions is that one is it was on my workup set. So I think it was 305 on this one. Yeah, I see it. And I'm wondering about with increasing the weight, how is it going? Because the other videos, I think I put four more. I'm going always up and on my weight and I'm wondering about my back. Is it still good or not enough or
Yeah, everything's where it's supposed to be. You might be slightly shoulders. like I said, it could be just the angle. Shoulders might be slightly over the bar. We need them directly on top of the bar because what
Okay.
happens when you the heavier you get, if your shoulders are in front of the bar, when the bar breaks, it'll swing out to where your shoulders are. Or if they're
Okay.
behind it, when it breaks, it'll swing to you. And it makes the pull much harder having any sort of motion other than vertical. But your setup and your pull all look good. I just want to see some acceleration once it breaks. Think about speeding the rep up as it rises.
Okay.
Good job.
So I will try, and you will see. I have 4 videos, but I think you can go maybe for maybe not this one. It's 3:30. It's that I'm going slowly but surely. But I did 355, 75. So I was wondering about.
Yeah,
I
let's see
think the
the
last one
370.
is 75. Oh, that one was a PR, but I don't know. Yesterday
Nice.
I ate some Moose Burger, and I got some fire yesterday. So
Hey, when it's there, you know, I love hearing that.
well, the strap is always long, but so you see my mid back is just a little bit round.
Yeah, so that's not bad. And again, it's a PR. So things are going to deteriorate on max effort because that's the nature of max effort. Weakness, you're pushing, the reason why it's max effort is you're pushing the limit of can or cannot.
Okay,
So form will deteriorate on max effort. That's why we don't test all the time, right?
but
Um,
it was
that was
a
good. I'm not looking if you're PRing and your form is completely flawless, you didn't go as heavy as you could have. Simply put. And even then it wasn't a ton of flexion and rounding. So that means you're bracing. It means everything's where it's supposed to be. You didn't get into a point of flexion that had me worried. Um, this is a PR, man. Good job. There,
oh,
it's
my best indicator is the day after. If I'm sore on my lower back, I know I was too round, and I wasn't sore this morning, so I think it
yeah, you were
was a
you
good
were
sign.
braced. That's what a brace does. Good job.
So the last one is the same thing, but 375. So I was trying to do but it was 5 sets of 1 rep, so it's kind of hard. So we go as soon as we uh, try to figure out where will be my 1 rep. But yesterday it was a good one. So yeah, it flexed a little bit more, but
Yeah, that's okay. The fact that you were able to pull 370 and then 375 means that you probably had a 385, 390 pull.
okay. So yeah, I was toasted after this one yesterday.
Yeah, the fact that you basically were able to hit a two rep good reps at in the 370s means you probably had a single between 385 and 390 for one with nothing left in the tank. So,
Okay.
but this is part of the learning process, right? Like, I wouldn't expect you to know that. Like, I've seen 8,000 deadlifts. So I know that that tells me, oh, he pulled two very close in weight at that effort. Means he had more in the tank than he knew. So that's not something I expect you to know. But I'm telling you so you can make your jumps accordingly, right? So like now you pulled 375. I think your next goal, you should be working towards I think 385 would be a really solid middle ground, but I mean, man, you can see 4 plates. You can see that 405 mark, and that's you're you're entering another plate territory, and that's always a really, really good feeling. You're right there. I
Yeah,
bet
it was. I was happy yesterday.
I bet between I don't know, somewhere between 6 months and 8 months from now, you're pulling 4 or 5 if you keep trending like this.
That's the goal of the year to pull the
Oh, you're
400.
definitely pulling it this year. It's just how soon.
Thank you, Nick,
Yes, sir.
and
Good job.
everyone.
Ah, it's the dungeon.
Ben, these are good. I like these. I like how
Good.
at the bottom your elbows aren't coming as far back now. You're staying underneath the bar with your power train.
That's good. And trying to
Yeah,
keep
these are
my
good, man.
wrists
I don't
level. And
I don't have it. Yeah, your rack position looks good. Your drive looks good. I don't have a whole lot for you other than good job.
oh, smashing. That's better than I'd hoped. I did
Yeah,
follow your
these are
advice
great,
about
man.
really lowering here slowly and
Hmm.
holding it for as long as possible. That
Yes.
was horrific. Good advice.
Yep. But you're gonna break that plateau, big dog.
It's happening. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Well done. Well done. Yeah, I could see it in your face.
Thank you, chap.
Really strict bent over rows. Nice. Well done, Gabriel. Those are pretty. You could push a little bit more weight for sure. Those are almost too pretty. Nice job, man. Next. That's a good pull. See that? Look at that acceleration. He brakes and then the bar just speeds on up. Outstanding, Tom. Next. He's crushing deadlift. Getting his back in position. Good. Again, really, really good. Little pause off the floor. Ken, you might as well just come right off the floor with it. Just come one motion off the floor. Because if you're pausing, it means you could probably get away with some more weight for the same sets and reps. Um, that's really good control and really good strength and really good positioning that you're able to pause, not break form, and then re-accelerate again. Um, that's a really good thing to see. But just come off the floor with it, man. You're doing well. Next. Can you start that over for me? It looks like he's really wide. Or is that just me? He's got good positioning hip and back wise. It's not a whole lot of flexion. Um, I would love to see your deadlift from the front because something this looks really wide to me, your arm angle. Um, and we could get you a little bit better positioning. Um, I want you going all the way down to the floor. If these are supposed to be conventional deads, we want to go all the way to the floor, dead stop, pull again. Um, so we drill in that technique on coming off the floor. But yeah, I would like to see next time you submit a deadlift, I want to see it from the front and the side. Um, because I got a hinkling that could really change your pull for the better. Next. Okay. That back position was a little better on the second one. It looks like you're a little out front. Maybe. I can't tell. Yeah, you see that little bar wiggle coming out of the hole. So we need to set our lumbar a little bit more, which dropping your hips slightly, you're very forward on your foot. You see how when you pull the bar, all of a sudden has this couple inch gap. You pull it back in at the bottom, and you break the ground. The bar's going to come up. It swings right out away from you. Meaning, I was talking to Dennis about this. When your shoulders are past the bar, this is a perfect example of when your shoulders are out in front of the bar. As soon as it breaks the ground, it swings out away from you, and that's exactly what is happening here, which you're giving the advantage to the weight on leverage. So, he's going to come off the floor, rolls away immediately. Had you been over that bar, you were pulling that rep, guaranteed. So I would like you to drop your hips a little bit. That should pull you back and get you into position. Turn that tailbone to the sky, push that belly button to the floor, drop those hips slightly, and that should really give us a little bit more leverage and put you more where you're supposed to be. I want your weight in the middle of your foot and your heels. I want you grabbing the floor with your feet. I don't want you coming down. See how far out you are coming down? That means you're coming down. Your whole body angle is forward.
Thanks, Nic.
Such a subtle change, but like it's going to transform your deadlift, man.
No problem.
Yeah, not a whole lot to fix here. Just you're where you're at in relation to the bar. That's really it. And it's literally going to be like, if this is your shoulders, this is your hips, we're just going bit, and then we're pulling. Does that make sense?
Sounds good. Yep, sure does.
Cool. Well done, Ian.
Thank you.
And his feet into the floor. Good. Good. Drove back up towards your face. I like your bench, Ian.
Thank you.
This is really good. So the one thing to milk a little bit more out of that is I want you to start squeezing your butt. I know. Why am I
Okay.
squeezing my butt on a bench press? Don't make sense. But trust me when I tell you this, your bench press is a full body movement. It is a compound lift. That whole thing you're doing right there, pulling that back together, what's your back connected to?
There you bum.
Your bum. 1000%. So if we get that whole chain tight, we're gonna have more tension coming out of the bottom.
No problem.
Cool. Next. Freaking Aussies, man. Love it. Give them a cue. Righto.
Yep.
I'll have
Thanks,
it go
mate.
next week. And Ben's over there. Top shelf, Gov.
I'm afraid I'm not quite that posh.
Your front squats are great. That rack position, that pause, we get a little bit of forward dip in the hole right there. You see how you roll forward? I want you to
Yep.
actively keep driving. Don't just hold. Actively drive up with your elbows. Everything else, Ian, looking great.
Thank you.
Next. Rodrigo. Yes. So some slight deviation right in the hole. You're tipping forward ever so slightly. You'll see if you watch the end of the bar, right in the last, like, I don't know, 3 inches. That bar goes from being vertical to having this little drift. What I want you to do is be mindful of keeping that midfoot and heel heavy. And I want you actively driving your back into the bar. Don't just think, let me stand up. Actively drive your back into the bar. And it's outside of seeing that subtlety, it's not gonna, that's a cue that is a feel difference more than a visual difference. But overall, man, your squat's looking really good. Next.
If you guys notice here, this is a Pump Club real life meetup between our two French Canadian powerhouses here.
Yeah, Amelie and Benoit.
Yeah.
Look at those pulls. Ooh, hip acceleration. Love it. Look, you can see your hips flying through a hip bar. Brakes accelerates, hips snap through.
I tried for my PR Sunday, but I have good advice from Benoit.
That's your PR?
No. I will try my PR Sunday.
Oh, I was
It's
about to
my
say, ma'am, that is
pre-PR.
not your PR.
No. But I have question about what number will I want to do for my PR. Because the last time I have done with a lot of fatigue because I don't do the test all the good way, but it's the 3 big lift, squat, bench, and deadlift.
Mhm. So you want to test them all on the same day?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the app do this when we do the Arnold fitness test.
Okay, so you're doing the Arnold fitness test, not just going for PRs. Okay, so for those of you that want to test and not do the Arnold fitness test on separate days. That's your best chances, right? And then that it's your sole focus. For the Arnold fitness test days, your first lift obviously is going to require the most warm up. After that, your workup should be very deliberate. Start your first work. You should do a couple reps at like your 50%, and I mean like 3. Do a couple reps at like another set of 3 at like 62.
Yeah, but Coach Nic, the app just do the all the numbers for us. But I need to put the PR number that I want to attempt, and the rest of the warm up, the app told me put these on the plates, on the bar, and just do three rep of that.
So you said you didn't warm up correctly. What do you? I'm not following.
When I do the Arnold fitness test, I will say I want to deadlift 200. That's my goal. But the test will tell me do 5 reps of each amount of weight, 3 reps of these weights, and 1 rep of these weights, and after PR time. So
Okay.
it's
So
we have
what's
the warm
your
up.
goal's 200?
I want to, but the last time I've done 160. So
Okay.
it's I don't know if I'm just hope too much.
Yes, so a 40-pound PR is a big one. But it doesn't mean it's not possible. For me to say yes or no, I would need to see what your like 80 to 90% looks like. Because you're new to this. So when the earlier you are in this game, the bigger the PRs are, just because it's you're learning movement pattern. So you progress faster until you get to a point where your movement pattern gets close to optimal, and then the progress slows down because it's just strength that's doing the heavy lifting, pun intended. So with that being said, if you said 160,
The last time, but I have
so
done.
Uh,
I have tried it 3 times because it's the I can't lift bar. So I try and try and try. I was fatigued, really
so
fatigued.
102% of that would be, I'm not a math whiz. 160. So I think you should go with, I think you should make your first PR attempt at 180.
180.
That's going to be much more, and your telltale. So your telltale, I want you to do less reps on your workup. I want you to do 2 sets of 3, 3 sets of 2, 2 sets of 1.
Okay.
So you're gonna do a set of 3 at, you know, uh I'm gonna give you your guide right now.
Okay. Cool.
I want a set of 3 at 72. A set of 3 at 90.
90.
You want to move on, Nick?
Yes, a set of 3 at, I'm sorry. We're gonna go to a set of 2 at 111. So let's call it 115.
115.
180 times point. A set of 2 at 135.
135.
Then a single at 150.
150.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. 145. So that pull, so be conscious of that single. That the pay attention to your speed because that's going to be the a like your let's say pre-warning system. So then I want you to do one more single at 165. I did your percentages off of 180.
Okay.
So the 145 is going to be your big telltale. So that's going
Okay.
to be the one where you're going to be like, yeah, I got some heat today. Or you're going to be like, I'm going to play conservative and I'm going to go for, so this is where I want you to be intuitive. You're either going to go, yep, I got some smoke today. Or if that 145 moves slow, play conservative and go for 170 or 175.
Okay.
But if it moves fast, pull the 165. If that still move, if your 165 surprises you, then go 180.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
very
ma'am.
much.
Good. I see the hips moving, Andre. This is what I wanted to see.
Okay. Do you see? I was breaking the bar too.
Yeah. This is good. We've got some interior and anterior rotation. Tilt.
Oh, you were watching the cat cow. I thought you were watching the left. Hold on.
That was good. You kind of like two-pieced it there a little bit.
Like I stopped somewhere.
Yeah, like you see how you kind of pull, and your knees suck back a little bit, and then your hips have to advance late.
Mm-hmm.
So bit and then they come through versus gradually advancing. So let's bring your butt up like an inch, and I
Okay.
want you to input that cow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to push the ground away. And when you push the ground away, just
Yeah.
think squeeze my butt.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. Yeah, thinking about it. Yeah, I'll double check the recording because I'm just getting home. So, but yeah, okay, I
You're
can do
getting
that.
better every session though.
Yeah, I know. It's a work in progress, like you said.
Always.
All
Next.
right, thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. Keep that bar close. So with stiff leg deadlifts, you need to close that gap by pushing your butt further back so that bar stays close to your body. It will bring, so if your butt slides back, your shoulders are going to come back too, and that will inherently keep the bar closer to your body. Your position is good outside of that. You've got a nice neutral spine. All of that looks fantastic. I just want to see your hips push back further over your heels, is all. Otherwise, stiff leg deadlifts are hard because of this. So, how do I get my butt back over my heels without bending my legs? You'll feel it. Your hamstrings will let you know. Next. Yep, we're a little high. This is not a strength issue. Uh Keep that chest proud, keep pinching your shoulder blades together, holding that upper back together, and just be more patient on your depth. Sit lower. That will you see as you get tired, you start to fold. So keeping that back together and that brace is what's gonna really help you the most here. Because your squat looks good overall. We just need to get you a little bit deeper. And I need that same cue I've given other people, drive back into the bar. Next.
Guys,
It's so
wait.
good to see Benoit pulling off the floor, man. It took us a while to get here, but he grinded. Good. That looks a little lower than your usual position, but I think it's because it's so light that
I think the are also smaller.
the what?
The plates.
They're using small plates almost over there.
I think they are small. The smaller size plates. Yes.
They look like the tens. They look like bumper tens. Which if those are York 5 kilo or 10 pound plates.
They maybe because the gym was wider than my garage gym.
It might be the high angle too. But you're looking good, Benoit. I'm super stoked with your position off the floor, with all the progress we've made. So, um, great job.
I'm looking forward to increase the weight a little bit because I've
Yeah,
been
let's run
doing
with it.
like for a while.
Let's throw some pepper on it now.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh yeah, that one is the goblet squat, and I'm keeping it closer to my chest. Actually, I'm pulling toward my chest.
Yep.
So I should.
Yes, nailed it. Stay to your heels. You come down and come forward just a little bit in that last little bit. Just stay to your heels. Otherwise, this is fantastic.
All right.
Next.
Thank you.
Good job. Elevated split squat. All right. So that front foot needs to go further because you're having to track back. Split squat, we want to stay. You see how your hips have to come back? Bring that front foot out, I don't know, an inch, if that, to allow your hips to move completely vertically. Otherwise, everything else looks good, man. Next. Yin. These are good. A little disconnected. Your timing's a little off. So when you're doing them that low, I want more leg drive coming up off the. So just like think like a deadlift. You're gonna start the bar with your legs, and as you build momentum, your hips start to come through. Then you start the high pull. So use those legs. They're big and strong. Get explosive. How you're finishing the high pull is great. Use your legs a little bit more, man. Next. Yeah, it was a lot front on that first one. Yep, butt kicked up. Shoulders are behind the bar. Second rep's going to be better. Yep. So, Charlie, when you start your deadlift, I want your hips to start right there when they pick up off the floor. And I really want you to focus on bracing. Don't jerk on the bar. Pull the slack out of the bar. Be patient off the floor, then accelerate. Jerking on it's just going to crumple our brace. You're doing a lot of things right here. We just need to get your hips where the leg drive is naturally starting, and then really focus on pushing that belly button to the floor and creating that nice neutral spine. Like I said, Charlie, you've got a lot right here. Just a couple little things will really turn your deadlift around. So bringing those hips up will put your shoulders more over the bar. See how low you are here? And every rep after that actually got a little bit better, but you jerked on the bar. Arms straight, pull the slack out of the bar, push the ground away, be patient. Next. I don't know how Charlie's been lifting, but I only remember seeing his videos come through the last couple weeks, and it seems like he moves really well naturally, which is really cool. Jeanette, banging out some deadlifts. Let's go. Jeanette, the only thing is I want to see you driving your knees out. Don't let your knees fold when you input leg drive. Drive them out slightly towards your arms. But good job. I love it. Next. All right, Jeanette. Great mobility. Jeanette, I want you to be a little tighter in the lumbar area. So I really want you to focus on that brace at the top of each and really focus on keeping that back stiff as a board. That cat cow, even if you got exaggerated on your setup slightly, so once it's loaded as you tip over, it falls into neutral. You're right there. But keep that back tight. I'm being picky because it's overall this is the as it is, it's acceptable. but seeing how you move so well, I think you can handle being picky. So we're gonna polish it even more. Give you some homework to do. So good job. Next. Jeanette grew a beard. Cut her hair off. He's got great mobility. He's bearing these. These are really good, man. Um, I'm glad she moved around to the front. Yeah, these are good. Keep that chest proud as much as you can in that position. Um, but great motion, great movement. I'm loving those. Next. Hockey player, let's go.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's our house. Why do you have the hockey stick?
So do you see how how you never come back to fully vertical, Jerry?
Yeah, yes.
So these good mornings, we always return to vertical. So after about right here, you stop hinging at the hips and your mid and upper back are doing this. So you're going like if this is your hips, you're going. What we want to do is we want those hips to slide back and forth while keeping everything from the hips up neutral. So I want you to think, push my hips back over my heels. Like you're reaching for something behind you.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
So
wasn't
hips
too
go
sure.
further back, and those are going to make a little bit more sense.
Well, I was going further back on some of the other sets, but it's so incredibly tight that I didn't know if it was more of a hip hinge or if I should be just, continuing to, stick
It's
my butt
all
back.
hip hinge. When you get to a point where your lumbar starts to fold because of range of motion, that's where your rep stops. And then you come back up by squeezing your butt cheeks together.
So then if I get real tight, then I should stop before I start to round my back a little bit.
100%. Simultaneously stretching out your hamstrings and glutes a lot more.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then do you mind if I ask another question from the previous Zoom that like I didn't get around to asking?
Yeah, if it's quick, we can bang it out real quick.
So what do you recommend to switch between going from like going to the gym and doing resistance training versus body weight? I've had some transportation issues where I can't quite get to the gym and I don't have the equipment at the house, but I feel
if it's a situation of you got to do what you got to do, I have no issue with it.
okay. I didn't know if I should like being that I didn't know what to do, I kind of just went to a body weight program because I kept getting red X's because I couldn't make it to the gym to get resistance.
That's fine. And here's what you can do. You can run that body weight program, and then on the days you can get to the gym, do the body weight program with weights. So if it's like a push up, do bench press. If it's goblet squat, do a barbell squat, right? So then you're still fulfilling the workout, but you just inverted it so that you don't have to worry about shit. I can't do this workout because it's body weight. It's all body weight. I can do it all. And the days I can go to the gym, I'm going to the gym and just supplementing the weight movements into the body weight program. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Got some wide grip. One of my favorites. Yes. Good. All the way down. So initiate those by pulling with your back first and then arms. So it should all look like one motion, but I want to see your scapula retract first. And then as that it kind of gets you up and together, and then your arms come into play. But when it's done correctly, it all looks like one thing. Good. Swap to bands when you hit failure. This is how you progress pull-ups, guys. Do as many as you can with unassisted. Switch to bands. For those of you that can't even do one, do as many as you can with, start your set out with negative reps. So like 10-second descent. And then go in and then hook up the band and then do your reps. Or flip that. Do your reps with the band and then do your 10-second descent on the end of the set. Next. Good. Matthew, when that bar breaks, I want to see that bar speed up. I know I sound like a broken record with this, but it is very important on a deadlift. Everything looks really good. Your leg drive, your hinge pattern, your hips coming through, but I want to see those hips accelerate through. Next. Jerry, looks like we got another hockey player in here. A little deeper.
Looks like he's a goalie too. Unique.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the goalie stick over on the wall. Nice. Yeah, let's get a little bit deeper. See how you're drifting forward? Keep that weight in the heels and the midfoot. Your legs got the strength because of I can tell by how the weight is accelerating on the way up. Get comfortable with really sitting into it. Next. And you can incrementally do it. You can drop a pin next week, work there. And in 3 weeks' time, if we're down to depth, mission accomplished. A month. I don't care how long it takes. We'll get you there. Will, these are good. Snap the bar. Accelerate. I want those hips firing through. As soon as you feel your hips starting to come forward, squeeze your butt. Bring them, advance them to that bar. That was a soft rep. Finish that lockout. Be commanding on the lockout. Those are, yep, they're getting soft. I want shoulders over hips, hips over knees. Other than that, you're doing fantastic. Next. Probably sit a little bit more back too. Got a whole lot of deadlifting tonight. Out front. Yep. Butt kick back. All right. So we're really wide. Let's bring our feet in underneath of our shoulders. And then bring our arms in accordingly. That is going to give us way better start position because it's going to allow your chest to start higher. And let's see how that new position feels. You're ripping this off the floor, not a strength issue. We just need to get your strength in the right position. And with that position, it's gonna change your hip position a little bit, but it'll change it for the better. So bring your feet in underneath you a little bit more, like underneath your shoulders, arms straight down the side of your legs. I want to see what that looks like on the next go. Next, before I start feeding you with a fire hose. I think that's gonna change your pool quite a bit, and you'll be able to feel it. Good. Driving up towards the face. These are great. Back's tight. Slight arch. Feet are firmly in the ground. Squeeze your butt. Keep those feet screwed in the floor. Your bench is looking great, man. Just a couple little things. Next. Right, and so your row position is actually really good, but when we do bent over rows, I always like to tell people stand all the way up, then come down to your row position. You get way more tension out of it that way. So just deadlift it up, then come down and brace, come down into your row position. But the rows look fantastic. Next. Next. Pull-ups are great. Backs in tight, all the way down. Well done. Next. Good. Those elbows aren't moving. You could probably come a little bit. If you look from the side, you see how this is hard to kind of know if your elbows are completely vertical. But you're right there. You could probably come a little bit more towards your face with your elbows slightly. And you'll feel that subtle change make those harder. But you had all the key components. They weren't moving during the rep. You're squeezed on lockout. Love all that. Next. Good job. Good, Jose. So we're a little bit past the bar with our shoulders. So we just need to turn you back slightly. Your positioning, your hip hinge and everything is good. Accelerate the bar, like you've heard me say 1,000 times tonight. Um, you see how as soon as you input all that knee bend and your shins push back over your ankles, that's your starting position. Right. Up. Rewind it for me, Noah. Yep, let it play. Right there's your starting position. Not there. Right when those knees kick back. That's
Okay.
virtually kind of what your starting position is going to look like, a little bit less. But you see your shin angle and your knees relative to and your shoulders are directly over the bar. That's what we're looking for in our setup.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Otherwise, your deadlifts come a long way. I remember your first couple videos.
Yes, I have been working and I have been listening to your little voice every time, and I try to fix myself. And yeah, so I mean, I think I have been improving a lot. Thank you very much.
You've improved a lot. Pat yourself on the back, man. We're now fine tuning. So that's a really cool place to be. We're not like overhauling your deadlift. It's these little micro adjustments to give you as much leverage as possible. So this is the cool, but can be frustrating because it's like, oh, I was just off. And it's a revolving door.
Yeah, just those little details make the difference, I think.
Yep. Well done, man.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Next. That is depth marker. Boom. Ooh, what a fight.
Oh,
Buddy, he went for a ride.
I'm not done yet.
Ryan, I want you to tell me what the difference in why one rep went so well and one rep didn't, just off of that.
Okay, honestly, what I think on that first one, I went down, I came up, and I felt like I kind of got stuck, so I tried to push harder. It felt like I just pushed myself out of position, and my butt went back, and I collapsed.
Well, watch what
That
I want you to pay attention is your descent,
okay?
especially the last like 6 inches. Watch, this is the good one.
Controlled.
You were in position when you got there, which means you were in position when you went to return fire. Here, watch the last 6 inches, and your overall descent is much faster.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Yeah.
You just took all your tension and threw it in the trash. So that's really it. Is that this is how important the setup and the descent is. This, I mean, you were patient, you waited for your depth to arrive, and when you got there, you started driving like hell. 300 is absolutely within your grasp. It wasn't there that day. It happens. Um, had you have controlled that descent and been a little bit more patient in the bottom 6 inches, it could have been.
Okay.
But you had to fight to get back into position because that put you out of position. So you were right when you said I got out of position. I was fighting, I got out of position. But your getting out of position wasn't due to the fighting, it was due to the descent.
Okay.
Good
Live
job,
and
man.
learn.
You'll see 300 soon. How old are you?
50.
50 squatting 300 pounds, folks. That's pretty
I mean,
fucking
I'll
awesome.
take it.
That's pretty rad. You have kids?
Yep, two of them,
Do
16 and
you squat
10.
more than them?
Oh, hell yes.
How old are they?
16 and 10.
Oh, you definitely squat more than 10-year-old. I don't know. I've seen some pretty robust 16-year-olds. I've coached a few of them. They ain't squatting quite 300, but they'll make you go, God damn, you gonna have me in about 3 years.
I mean, if he worked at it, he could get me, but I will outwork that little bastard any day of the week.
He can go to school and say my dad squats more than you. That's all that matters. Good, Ty. Yeah, driving towards the face. These are really good, Ty. I love these. Well done.
Awesome. Thanks.
Good job. Back's tight. You're not reaching for the lockout. The shoulders staying underneath you. You crushed those. Those were beautiful. Next. There we go. Now you're getting down there. So the last one, I believe I gave her the cue of shoulders breaking the elbow line, and we're right there with the weighted vest on. Good stuff. Next. Well done. I could not work out next to an automobile. I would break something. Okay. So these are good. You see how you're kind of rolling back and then sitting kind of bit, how you kind of roll those shoulders back? I want you to pack those shoulders off the floor. And I want you to do that, Ty, by snapping the bar like it's a stick. Think about putting your shoulders down. Think if your shoulders could slide, they'd slide down to your hips in the hole. So you go, break that bar, create that lat tension. Bring your butt up slightly, not 6 inches, like this much. And I
Okay.
think,
Yeah, this is where I'm finally getting
Yep.
back up to the weights I was doing before I hurt my Achilles. And so I'm pushing myself a little bit.
It's light enough that it's not doing it, but your shoulders are slightly behind the bar. So by simply bringing our butt up a little bit, we'll bring our shoulders forward and it'll put us in line.
Okay, awesome.
Well done. Subtle changes, man. Subtle changes. Next. Good. That first rep, you got down there quick and in a hurry. That bar came down quick. But every rep after that, you controlled that descent. Good job.
Yeah, that was I was hitting one of my highest reps that I've done on the incline recently, and I don't think I was quite ready for how heavy it was going to be when I dropped it. So after that, I learned my
Oh,
lesson. I was
shit.
like, that dropped fast.
Nice. It'd be like that sometimes. Next. Keep that head on the bench, Mike. So we keep that back tight, that spine neutral. Your drive after you come off the chest, boom. That all looks fantastic. I can see your legs working. The pressing portion of this is really, really, really good. Just keep that head on the bench, that spine neutral, and that back tight on the descent. But your press looks fantastic. Nice job, man. Next. Stiff leg deadlifts. Really good. These are good, Derek. The only thing is I want you to pick the bar up like it's a deadlift. Don't change how you pick the bar up just because it's a different lift. When we're picking a barbell up off the floor for a row or anything, deadlift it. But your hinge looks really good, man. I like it. Next.
Thank you.
Yeah, you came down with it like a deadlift. A little more towards the face on the press portion. But everything else looks really good. I'd like to see, you've heard me say this tonight, squeezing the butt, keeping those feet screwed into the floor. Dumbbell press is still a bench press, so all the cues are the same. There we go. As he's fatiguing out, his body's trying to press towards his face on the last rep. One subtle thing, man. Good job. A little bit more bar path change, a little bit more towards the face. Next. T-bar rows. Same thing with this type of T-bar, stand up and then brace and come down into position. Um, Otherwise, these are looking really good. I would go a little bit wider on your grip. I would go slightly outside your legs. Other than that, nice job. Next. Oh, that's it. That means we are at the Q&A portion. So, who has questions? Ben, didn't waste any time. Hit me, big dog.
Well, everyone's so keen. I've had barbell curls for the very first time. I've just changed program, and the pain in my left elbow that brought on was quite something. Is that something potential I'm doing wrong? I didn't think to take a video at the time.
Well, let me start asking you questions now. When you get the pain, where is it during the rep?
That is a good question. It seems maybe midway up to the very top.
When
Thinking
torque is
about
at
it,
its highest on the
yes,
tendon.
it's on the sort of both sides of the elbow. Yeah,
Does it
which
hurt
is
when you
odd.
squeeze?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I wasn't even using a huge amount of weight. It felt I felt a bit.
So you're dealing with some like tendonitis, man. That's all. Nothing crazy. And then when
That's
you
fine.
let go of the bar, does it like
Sort
it's
of.
intense?
It's been paining me since is the other thing. Like I said, I only had it 2 days
So
ago now.
get 2 rubber bands. Like we want some good tension. Wrap around your fingers. Work those extensors. The second thing, if you have I've used a pizza roller in a pinch, but they make a thing called a trigger wheel where you can use a crossball and you can roll those forearms in between the muscles, this muscle and then down through here. So these are always contracting, and those tendons, and the nerves, like the radial and ulnar nerve, they actually have to. Those tendons have to kind of glide over because this part of the body uniquely twists more often than the uh, other joints. Do you get it when you do palms down grip, or is it just supination?
It's the palm up,
Supination.
variation. That's when
So,
I'm actually doing it right now while I'm speaking to you, and the pain I'm having on that inside edge of the elbow
but
is
if you do it like this, neutral grip.
that's actually not so bad because that was going to be my next question. Should I
So
consider
for
using
now,
dumbbell?
lighten the load a little bit. Start working it in a neutral grip for this time being. Give that tendonitis is a weird thing because it gets better by working it, but it also gets worse by working it. So you got to work in this little Goldilocks zone. So what I want you to do is I want you to work those extensors. If you don't have a rubber band, fill a bucket of rice or sand and punch your fingers down in like this, your hand, and twist it down in there as deep as you can. Try and open it and pull out slowly. And your hand, you'll feel less and less resistance.
Oh, we're going full Mr. Miyagi. I like it. Okay. Okay. No, that's grand. I can definitely do that.
And
Thank you.
if it's getting worse in like 2 weeks' time, I think it's worth going to get an assessment. But this is a pretty common
Yes.
thing. So I think with some backing off the weight, changing your grip, and doing some extensor work, I think you'll notice some. And give your elbows a good warm up. Get some good tricep extensions, some contrast movements with like a band or something. Nothing that's going to tax it, but get some blood in there.
All right. I can definitely do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Ty, go ahead.
Yeah, so on the deadlifts, one of the other things that I'm finding is kind of getting me out of my mental state of keeping myself in position is, especially as I'm starting to get to that heavier weight again, I'm having a hard time keeping a hold of the bar. So like my biggest issue isn't so much that I can't lift weight other than I can't keep a hold of it.
Were you over
And
undering?
No, I'm over on both.
That's wild.
And and my question was going to be is like to help just strengthen that as I'm going things. Are there certain exercises, certain things you would do to like help strengthen that grip, get that grip strength
Yeah.
up? So I,
Over under the bar.
yeah, that was one of my options. The next time I was like, I think I need to over under
You
next
have
time.
to.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to make deadlift a grip event, you have to. The reason why, the bar spins.
Mm-hmm.
You will forever out deadlift your grip. Forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much grip work you do. You will always be able to lift more in straps than you can hold with your hand. It's just
Mm-hmm.
you have your posterior chain's a bigger muscle group.
Mm-hmm.
So switch your grip and you're going to be like, oh, I got way more real estate on that. It's just because one grip is trying to turn the bar this way, the other one's trying to turn it this way. Whereas both over, as soon as you put pressure in that bar rolls like a motorcycle throttle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally the difference. Like I think the most I ever double overhanded was close to 5 on a deadlift. But I'm an over 700-pound deadlifter. To put
Mm-hmm.
it in perspective, the gap of a difference that over under and double overhand makes hundreds of pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not necessarily need to work grip. That's just you need to change your grip.
Okay.
As for grip stuff, you can easily get some like fat grips and put them on your dumbbells, do your curls with fat grips, do your lateral raises, stuff with fat grips. Dead hangs are a good one at the end of the workout, things like that. Bridget in the chat or in the post also asked, can we revisit, talk about grip strength? Mine has come a long way since I started, but at times it feels like it's weakening. Is this a thing? Could it feel weaker as weight increases? Well, yeah, things get heavier. How gravity works. Or could this be a performance issue? Any tips, suggestion how to work on grip strength? Where's your grip failing? Where's it giving you issues? Is it giving you on curls, or are you much more in line with Ty? You've been double overhanding your deadlift, and the solution is just flipping one of those. Dead hang, same thing. There's always stuff you can throw at the end of your workout to really expand on grip training without really taxing yourself. You can like kneel, you have a bench, make your bench flat, kneel next to it. Let your from here, put your arms over at a 90. This is all laying on the bench, and then the bench ends here, and then crush it. Right? So you let it curl down in your fingers a little bit, then you curl that weight back up, those wrist curls, and you can do them both over under. I would alternate if you're going to throw them in. I would do one this way 1 week, this way the other week. These are going to be harder.
And then just really quick too on the over under, like per set, would you recommend? I mean, does it matter
No,
to go
pick one that
switch?
feels the most comfortable, run with it.
Okay, cool.
Flipping,
Thanks,
there's
Nick.
going to be no imbalance there.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I'm like, that's not really the muscle you're working when you're doing it, so it probably doesn't matter.
Yep. Benoit. Uh-oh. Where'd he go?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so when you're doing a deadlift, over, under, Emily, that's the way Emily was holding the bar, and I I don't know, I didn't know if she needed to pull the bar like you said, like you have to pull on each side, yeah, like this. But if you have the hand over under, there's one hand that is not on the right side. I mean,
So she was double overhand?
yeah, I'm doing it that way, so I know I can like crush the bar, but when you're holding it on over under,
It's the
how?
same thing. It's just you kick this one this way and
Okay,
this one.
okay, so I didn't know.
If you watch, if this is my underhand, my shoulder does the same thing. It inputs the same. My elbows turn the same direction.
Okay. All
Yep.
right, got it.
Simple.
Yeah, the pressure goes on this side.
Yep. Yeah, you drive up into it with and then you feel the weight kind of load into those forefingers. Who else? Give me questions. Nothing. I can go into the chat here. I already answered one that I had saved. Edward said, I haven't filmed myself yet. Did have a question about the front barbell squat. I've watched like 2 of the videos on here about them. When I try to front barbell squat, I either choke myself with the bar or it rolls off. I've been putting the barbell on the crook of my elbows with hands clasped to my face. That's why it rolls off. So, Edward, if you've watched me coach anyone on front squat, almost everyone in here, I get to do the fingers under like you see an Olympic lifter do. Now, with that being said, if you aren't mobile enough, we just did a video on the Instagram, where I did some movements on that, to gain that mobility, because it is possible unless you have some sort of medical reason that if I can do it, anyone can do it, because I am the least mobile son of a gun out there. I feel like on most days I can't even touch my toes. You should see me putting socks on in the morning. Jesus. We need to get that actual front rack position, because then we can drive into the bar. And you don't need it in your hand. You just need it on 2 fingers. Hell, I've even done it on 1 finger. But 2 fingers is the minimum, I would say, for really learning it and driving up. And that way you can get it behind those delts. So doing it like this, you're going to lose the bar. That's why if I'm coaching, I don't let people do that. It's not great. What else? Dave, he said, I won't be on today, but I do have a question hoping you can help. I've started doing single leg calf raises in my workouts. And after finishing my first set, my right leg won't fully extend after a few reps, meaning I can't get my heel off the ground only a couple inches. Nothing crazy, 12 to 15 reps, 25 pounds. My leg doesn't have the issue, and I could go all day. Could this be related to sciatica trouble I've had several years? Jesus Christ. Could this be related to sciatica trouble I had several months back? How do I get rid of this imbalance? Thanks. If it is related to, it could be. It could be a nerve issue. It could be a mobility issue. I'm someone who needs to watch your movement. Start adding tempo and start trying to get more range of motion. So we want to control that descent, and we want to kind of see how much we can push our heel into that, down, and get that stretch through the calf, kind of hold for a sec, and then kind of explode through the sticking point and see if that helps with nothing or assist with the left leg, if need be, because if it's a nerve issue, that means we got to get it refiring again. So sometimes that needs help. So there's a couple things I'd kind of need for you to kind of test, being those, and seeing how that goes. Drop the load, add tempo. Tempo makes everything harder. Okay. Ian, he submitted a video. He asked, I'm finishing up my 2nd week on this program. There's more hinges than I'm used to. I'm getting tenderness in my sit bone area. Your tail, sit bone? Is that your tailbone? Is that some Scottish term? You cursive talking son of a guns. Uh, I'm getting tenderness in my sit bone area on both sides. It feels like a sign to back off a bit, but all my sets go from 3 to 4 next week and 5 the week after. What would you advise? Drop the weight? Question mark. Yes. Um, permitting I'm not completely missing the target on what the sit bone is, which I feel like I might be, because I assumed tailbone and you said on either side, and we only have one. So that's a pretty good indicator. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. With that being said, I'm thinking you might be talking about SI joint. You know what? He might have typed SI bone and typoed the T now that I think about it, because there's one on each side. That would make sense, wouldn't it, guys? See, your coach is just an idiot. I don't know how I made it here. I really don't. Um, so with that being said, yes, you're getting a little bit more volume than you're used to. They're going to be tender. It could be how you're moving in your hinge patterns. There could be some flexion. This is why I preach that core strength, that brace, that neutral spine, because those get pulled on when we lose that brace. So it could be drop weight to a manageable weight where you know that that back is rigid for the time being. Your sets are going up in weight. Either maintain or drop. Don't feel pressure. They're probably, man, I wish you were on tonight so I could kind of pick at it. But with this being said, um, the safest bet would be to drop weight and see what happens as far as the pain and the tenderness. If you're just sore, your lower back's just getting blasted. Welcome to strength training. Everything revolves around our posterior chain, my man. It's identifying a weak link. So you might have to back off it a little bit, and that's okay. Um, that's all. Everything else I can kind of get to. Paul had a decent question. I had to jump off form check call early. Quick question. I'm seeing some great improvement in my deadlift strength as I progress through Maximize Strength program. Nice. My previous max in November was 300, and I'm at 315 now for a couple reps. It's really good. Should I invest in a lifting belt at this point? Is there a certain weight or cue I should use for when I should add that in? I've used them before, but it's been a few years. Um, that's a really good question, especially if we've got some new faces on here that haven't had the belt conversation, the birds and the bees of lifting, you know. Um, when should you get a belt? When you learn how to brace. Because until then it's useless. It is holding your pants up or it's tucking your shirt in, one of the two, maybe both, but it's not doing anything else. So if your deadlift's progressing, odds are you're bracing. I think it'd be totally acceptable to get a belt. I that is one piece of equipment as a motorcycle rider, you know, I buy once, cry late, cry later. You know what I mean? Invest in quality. My helmet, I have you got to replace them every couple years. Belts, you buy a good one, you don't. I have the original belt I started lifting. I may have to replace simply because I was 185 pounds, and now you boy 220. And my belt's working. So I have an Inzer prong belt. They make lever belts. I love them because you can get a 13 millimeter thick if you're a power lifter. Cough, cough, Peggy. You want a heavy 13 millimeter belt. The thicker, the more rigid the belt, the more reinforcement it gives you. Not everyone needs today. I was doing my blast presses with a soft belt because I don't need that heavy. I throw in a belt at a certain point in my training. that's a different can of worms. I'm not gonna give you guys info to go into the weeds in and overthink. Um, don't don't worry about that. Yes. When you learn how to brace properly and you're confident in your bracing and know that you can brace into that belt, 100% that's when you should get a belt. It's not a weight mark. You shouldn't be wearing a belt anyway unless you get up once you get up to like 70%, 75, 80%, a little bit higher effort where it really does its job. Um, I think someone just clarified what sit bones were. So even then, I think I got it wrong. Sit bones. Sit bones, butt knuckles. What's a butt knuckle? In yoga, terms usually refers to the ischium. Okay, I don't know who iPad is, but I appreciate that. Butt knuckles. Nice. I am forever using that term. Butt knuckles. That's an insult. You butt knuckle.
I was about to
Um,
say that's an insult. That's an expletive all
that
day
sounds
long.
like a British insult. You butt
It
knuckle.
does. I'm going to use it.
Absolute nub.
Oh, that's a perfect accent there.
My nutrition coach is British.
Ah, yes, from Southampton. Barely
No,
British.
that's my
Beryl.
coach. He sounds like you, just way more
Oh.
sarcastic.
Oh, there you are.
He's a dick.
He
So
knows
get
what he's
along
talking about.
great.
You should trust
Yeah, we
him.
get along
Yes, we are.
great. You guys, I will say, you guys will likely meet him at the Arnold. Permitting this axle prep goes well. He booked his hotel, so you guys will have two world class. I'm bringing in another world class coach to assist, and it's my coach, Tom Hibbert. So I already ran it by Daniel. He was stoked. So we're gonna have plenty of hands on deck, so everybody gets attention. It's gonna be. I mean, there's not many other places where you're gonna have that much world class coaching in one room all at the same time. So do you have any stretching slash tension release suggestions for very tight traps, neck, and upper back? So your top half of your posterior chain. Yeah, one, rolling out, forcing your body weight down onto that, getting some pressure on there, rolling out. Lacrosse balls for the traps, just because of where they are. If you've ever tried to foam roll your upper back, it's just the pain in the ass. It doesn't go well. Uh, and then they make these things. I call them. They look like an S, and you have one side, and then it curves over your shoulder, and you can really like dig in and kind of get knots, get some of that tension out. And then one thing I do is I sit on a bench and I grab the bench with my hand, and I pull my head to the one side. And you'll feel that stretch go down and through here, all the way down into the shoulder sometimes, potentially even like the lat area, or armpit, I should say. But if you reach over the top, grab whatever you're sitting on and pull across, not down, across. Pull across. Uh, don't hurt yourself. Um, Peggy's over there working hard, dude. Uh, but yeah, that's one way to do it. Anything I like to hang, either inverted or dead hangs, I do as part of my stretching. Um, the other thing when it comes to like upper back, I'll grab. I don't care if it's a band or like something with a D ring, like you do inverted rows on. I'll grab and step out and sit into it and pull. It'll pull through all here. It's upper back is kind of another one is those elbows with the PVC pipe. That'll stretch that, push your head in between. Um, Honestly, you know what I did for a lot of my stretches? I used to go on YouTube all the time and be like, tight neck stretch. And I would like go to the gym with three different stretches just for that one thing and found which one worked the most because the reality is our bodies are different. We carry tension different. and the nuances. Stretching is a lot. Some obviously work better than others. When it comes to your personal, I encourage you guys to go out and kind of figure out, okay, my hamstring's tight. I'm not a coach that takes clients and makes them reliant on coach. I'm a coach that I love seeing guys become more and more independent. Like that's why I ask some of the questions I do, like with Ryan Tom in the squat. I asked him before I went into it, I asked him what he saw. And he almost got there. And that means that's a sign to me that not only is he improving lifting, but the coaching's sticking. Because when you can start looking at a video and assess, that's a win on my end. That's a big win. And that's what a lot of you are Ben's. I've had those moments with Ben. I've had those moments with Benoit. I've seen Andres is doing a really good job with it as well. Like he's able to be like, I looking at the video now, I can see X, Y, and Z. Boom, boom, boom. I love that as a coach. That makes me so happy. So when it comes to stretching, I have certain things that were prescribed to me by my PT and sports massage for my body, but I also have things that I've just used as a staple for things that I've had come up in the past that I now keep in that I've just learned just through my own research. Like, hey, what are good tricep? And you got AI now, right? So I don't know how to use that. I just figured out Zoom, so barely. So I'm I'm not at Chat GPT level yet. So I encourage you guys to explore and experiment, especially with stretches, because you might find something that I might not have recommended. And you were like, man, this was a really good one for me. And you know what? You'll hop in this chat and somebody like, hey, my X, Y, and Z hurts or it's tight. And you go, oh, here's what I found last week. And it's really helped that X, Y, and Z. It's really helped my butt knuckle. And it's, you know what I mean? Like you've experimentation is part of this lifting frontier. Um, Not everything you get needs to come from an article or a coach. You know, the big stuff, how to safely lift and do all the fundamentals correctly. Absolutely. When it comes to some of those nuances with your own personal body and things like stretching or some sort of plyometric to do with, you know, I want to have a little more bounce. I want to run a little bit faster. Look up some plyometric drills from, you might find a speed coach on the internet, and you might have that as your warm up, and it makes your knees feel better on squats. You know why I said that? Because I did that exactly years ago. Food for thought. Explore, be curious. Don't think that it all has to come from me or Adam or Ketch or Jen when it comes to those little nuances with your own body. We encourage you to be curious and look and research. And guess what? If that stretch don't work, good thing you can type in some other keywords and search another one. That's all I got for you guys. If we don't have any closing questions, I think I've babbled long enough. I've learned something today. Butt knuckle.
Damn butt knuckle.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh,
takeaway. Butt knuckle.
we learned too, Nick, today. We learn every time, and just filming us is helping us to. I got something today, or we can adjust so much things just by looking all those form check and filming us and try and go. So thank you so much.
Of course. I appreciate you guys showing up. I will see you guys, I think, 7 a.m. Pacific time, because I'll be in Nevada
Wednesday.
Next week. So Wednesday it'll be a 7 a.m. session.
Good stuff. I'll have a squat video for you that you asked for then.
So I can watch your butt knuckles.
I love that I can add that to my daily usage now.
It sounds so much better coming from you. Just yelling at someone in traffic and flipping them the bird.
You utter butt knuckle.
All right, guys. I'll catch you next week. It's been fun as always.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you for your
Nick.
time.